Hey, this is Tony with Salt Strong, and in this video I wanted to share a few tips that will help if you find yourself gut hooking fish using circle hooks. Now, the whole purpose of a circle hook is to reduce the damage to a fish. You know, that hook is meant to basically go into their mouth, and then as it's coming out, it will hook them on the lip or the corner of their mouth, as opposed to like a J hook, where if that fish swallows that hook deeply, it will usually get hooked deep in their mouth or into their throat or in their gut. So with circle hooks themselves, there are some things that you want to be aware of. You know, circle hooks are made differently depending on the manufacturer and also the type of hook itself. So I have two circle hooks here. One is a true inline circle hook, and then one is an offset circle hook. So the true inline circle hook, these are your standard, true circle hooks. The hook point itself, as you can see here, the hook point is in line with the shank of the hook. You can see it's perfectly straight there. And then the offset hooks, you'll see the difference here. The offset hooks, the point of the hook is off center from the actual shank of the hook. So if you're using offset hooks and you don't know about it, these hooks are going to gut hook fish, even though they are circle hooks. It pretty much defeats the purpose of a circle hook. I'm really not sure why they even make them, but they will gut hook fish just like J hooks will. And I'm gonna give a really good demonstration here as to how that happens. So first, I have this piece of cloth here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag each hook across that piece of cloth, and you're gonna notice the standard inline true circle hook is not gonna catch the cloth, and then when I drag this offset hook over that cloth, you're gonna see the difference there. So here's the true inline circle hook, as you can see there. It's in line with the shank of the hook. I'm gonna place it over this cloth and I'm gonna make sure that cloth is flat. Just gonna drag that hook over the cloth, and as you can see, it didn't catch that cloth. Now we're gonna do the same thing with the offset hook. Place it on the cloth, drag it across, and as you can see, that hook, as soon as I started pulling on it, it caught that cloth. So if that circle hook's deep in that fish's mouth, it's going to catch wherever it's touching. So if it's up in the top of the roof of the mouth of the fish, it's going to catch there. If they swallow the hook and it gets into their throat, it's going to hook them there, as opposed to the true inline circle hook that isn't going to catch until it gets to the lip of that fish where it has a corner to snag onto. And then the last thing you want to consider when you are using circle hooks, I'm usually using circle hooks when I'm fishing with cut bait. So that means I have a rod in the rod holder. You want to make sure your drag is not set too loose, because what will happen is the fish will pick up your bait and it will have a lot of time to run off with it without a lot of pressure being on that hook. You want to have your drag tight enough that when that fish runs off with your bait, that hook will start coming towards the corner of that fish's mouth or its lip, and it will get hooked just from the pressure of that fish running off with the bait. If your drag is too light, that fish will take off with your bait and it will start swallowing that bait because there's not enough resistance on the line and on the hook to get a hook set into that fish's lip. So again, if you find that you're gut hooking fish with circle hooks, be sure that you're using true inline circle hooks, and also make sure you have your drag set properly. So hopefully this video will help you out if you do find yourself gut hooking fish with circle hooks. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below. Till next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. If you are new to Salt Strong, we are the largest online fishing club for saltwater anglers, and we guarantee you two things. Number one, you'll start catching more fish in less time. And number two, you will save a ton of money on your favorite tackle and gear with discounts available exclusively for our members. To learn more, go to saltstrong.com and we'll see you there.
There's something about the water that'll give you peace, all by yourself or with your family. Live Salt Strong and wear the line today.